Caffeine and Coils, and I'm Deanna.
And I'm Jenny. All right, Deanna, what is our hot topic for today?
Our hot topic today is gas furnaces.
Oh, sounds exciting.
It is. And we have our special guest back to tell us all about it, Steven LoCicero from Tech Services.
Hi, how are you guys?
We're good.
Yeah.
Did you have your caffeine this morning?
I did. I have a cup of black coffee every morning.
That's good.
Coffee seems to be the standard caffeine choice.
It is. It is. I had pre-workout, and then I also had an energy drink. I'm an energy drink aficionado.
I missed that this morning.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
Shame on you. All right, so you told me a little bit before about the 7 steps that are involved in the furnace process.
Yep.
Do you want to tell us about that for technicians that might need to know about troubleshooting?
Sure. This is kind of standard for gas furnace troubleshooting. There's 7, I call it the heating sequence, and there's 7 steps. And really, if you are troubleshooting, the first thing you want to do is really start over. So turn the furnace off, cycle the power to it, and then when you turn it back on, the first thing you want to look for is the actual call from the thermostat. So you've got your thermostat in heat mode. Your asking temperature is above the current temperature in the house. And then you should get 24 volts across C and white. These are your terminals at your furnace board. So after you verify 24 volts to your furnace, the first thing that'll happen is your draft-induced motor will turn on, draft-induced motor. After your draft-induced motor turns on, it'll activate what's called a pressure switch. So that's step 2 is your pressure switch. Step 3 is going to be the igniter, and that's this wire right here. That's going to be step 3. After your igniter turns on, it'll go to the gas valve. It'll send gas through the burners or through your bar right here, and then it'll actually ignite. After the gas flows through and ignites, you have this wire right here, which is called the flame proving switch. So once the flame proving switch sends a signal to the board, then your blower motor will turn on. So I know that was quick.
Yeah, it was.
So what are the most common issues you encounter in those 7 steps? Like, what are the most common ones that you typically see fail?
Yeah, so a very common error code that you would come across in the field is a code 33. And I'm going to read it to you from the board. So a code 33 is a switch has opened in the main limit circuit. But that could be a number of things. So one of the first things that happen is the draft-induced motor has to spin, and then it has to activate this pressure switch. That could be a code 33, is the pressure switch.
Okay.
But it could be a number of other things too, which is why you follow the whole sequence from start to finish. So, but a very common problem would be the pressure switch, or that the draft-induced motor has failed and then the pressure switch wouldn't activate.
Okay.
So if you have a failure in your draft-induced motor, you're not going to get an error code for that. Your error code would be 33, that your pressure switch didn't activate.
Okay. So it's kind of like, it kind of almost sounds similar to when you're diagnosing a car. Like, this is the problem, but there could be like a host of other things that happen to cause that problem.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think it'll be amusing for the listeners to know that Jenny and I learned today how you get these codes.
Okay.
Because
Can
I
you
thought
teach everyone on the podcast? Some of us don't actually know
Right.
this, and that's why we're here.
Yep.
Yeah, teach us how to get the code from the flashing
Sure.
lights.
I thought there was a screen. I thought it was like a little digital thing that would say like E30 for
Yep.
code 30 or something.
All right, so on the door of the furnace, and no matter what brand you're working on, obviously we'd love for you to work on Carrier Bryant, but every brand will have this same setup. You have a rapid flash that you'll see here, and you have a slow flash. And the rapid flash is your first number in the error code, and your slow flash is the second number. So if you have an error code 33, which is what we're talking about, you'll have 3 rapid and then 3 slow, and that is an error code 33.
Nice.
And for any other error code, it works that way too. Let me see if there's another common one. Another common one would be like code 14 is ignition switch lockout. So that means the furnace tried to start, 3 times, and then it wouldn't start, and so it went into a lockout error code. And so a 14 would be 1 fast, and then 4 slow. And that's going to be how you determine what the error code actually is. And for a junior technician, that's probably good. For a senior technician, they'll laugh along with me. You know?
Okay, and so the fake example I just gave, 30, there probably wouldn't be a 30, right? Because it needs a slow blink.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to start with a 1, right? So
Like 31.
there is a 31, actually, yeah.
Okay. That was very amusing to me. I didn't know it was Morse code. I thought it was digital. All right. What about recent technological advancements? I know we have NFC furnaces now. We've kind of talked a little bit about that in a previous episode. Do you have anything to add about that?
For most, this is our most recent. Actually, I'm going to read the model number. Yep, so this is a 2023 furnace. This is our basic 80% gas furnace. Nothing crazy about this particular one. Single stage. So this, even though this is a basic furnace, the new circuit boards are new, and that is that NFC circuit board. If you ever have to do a board replacement, you're actually going to scan the QR code on the side of the furnace. Then you have to go into your Carrier service app on your phone and program that board from your phone. And so it is a little, for the junior technician, that it can be challenging. I know we do offer training classes here at Mingledorff's to go over that particular setup. But definitely make sure you have the Carrier service tool on your phone. And there is a new circuit board tab on the Carrier service tool. And then, because these boards come blank, they don't know what model number or serial that you're adding to this. So you have to actually program the board prior to putting in. You would do that with the power off.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but that's really the biggest advancement in technology would be probably the circuit board. Outside of that, really from 58 STA, which is a model number from like 2002 until probably 2016 or 17, so about 15 years, that was a particular basic model number. Even to this one, which is obviously a different model number, but similar technology. Yeah.
And they would just etch into stone
That's right.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, I mean, Bluetooth technology is coming out quite a bit even in the residential market, but especially with Carrier Infinity or Bryan Evolution and the furnaces. There's a lot of Bluetooth connectivity and setup that has to be done with your phone now.
Okay. So as a homeowner, what are some of the best practices for routine furnace maintenance that you would recommend to someone like me?
Yeah, truthfully, just like having a car necessarily, like per se, an oil change is the most important thing you can do. And really keeping your filter clean is the most important thing you can do. Because dirt will bypass a filter and then it'll go through your entire machine. And so one thing, after a brand new startup, you'll have that burning oil smell. If you ever get a new furnace, you'll smell that. And then every now and then you'll get that similar smell when you turn the heat on for the very first time. And that could just be dust and dirt that's burning off, right? And so, but keeping your filter clean, probably the most important thing you can do as a homeowner. And
Here you go. Here's your monthly reminder to change your filter from Caffeine to Coils.
And then, I mean, and a lot of people have service contracts. And within a service contract, there are certain things that we look for as technicians to help prevent error codes in the future. So I mentioned in one of the steps the flame proving switch. That is a common part that will get dirty. And then it may not be bad, it's just dirty. So during some of those biannual routine maintenances that we perform as technicians, we'll remove this and clean it, put it back in, and that will prevent the failure of that particular switch. So there are certain things that we do as technicians to help prevent it. And obviously nothing's totally preventable, but that's some of the stuff we do. So, but as far as a homeowner, the best thing you can do is probably filter. Yeah.
And of course, that regular maintenance is going to help improve efficiency. Are there any other things that can be done to help improve efficiency and lifespan of a furnace?
No, I guess not to be negative, but if you do have that homeowner who is just negligent, right? The service contracts will help with the lifespan of the system. If you have a homeowner who's really on top of it, they're still very good. to have the maintenances, but that's a lot of things are preventable by keeping up with it. Yeah.
Okay, and do you have any memorable experiences repairing a furnace that you want to share with us?
I do have some. I guess the most funny or memorable and real situation is that this is your flue vent. This is where all the gases get vented in the house, right? And this typically goes through your roof, or it goes outside of the house somehow, right? And there are vents or cages on them, but animals do find their way into this.
Oh my gosh.
And so I have actually pulled out, a bird is the most common animal.
Gosh.
So I have pulled out birds like right from here. They make it all the way down. And
Any
so,
particular kind of bird?
I mean,
Just any?
very
All
cooked
birds?
It's
bird.
very cooked bird.
There's no determining what kind of bird that was at that time.
Too far gone to tell.
Yeah, but it's actually part of your code 33, your error code, being the pressure switch. Your draft-induced motor could be working just fine, but if it's not blowing enough air through your flue vent, then you're not going to pull the switch in.
So code 33 could be deceased
A dead bird.
Code 33 could be a deceased bird in your flue vent.
Oh my goodness.
So that actually is. I don't have a specific like that happened, because it's happened to me more than once. But I think the first time I pulled a bird out of a flue vent was definitely funny.
Oh
right?
my gosh.
So yeah.
So circling back to the steps, like you could add that in.
Yes.
Maybe
Yeah.
checking.
Check flue
Step
vent.
4.
For dead animals.
Check for a dead
Yeah. And
animal.
on a serious note, actually, you're on a serious note. You wouldn't want to do this long term, but I have pulled the flue vent off of this particular part, right? And then if the machine turns on and works flawlessly, then you either have a weak draft-induced motor or you could have a blockage in your flue vent. So that actually is part of a step.
Okay.
Yeah. If you've checked everything out, if you're stuck on step 1, where you're getting a code 33 and you're going through your heat sequence, and the pressure switch isn't you think the pressure switch is bad, but it's actually working, and you can test that with your meter. Then pull the flue vent off and see if it works. But yeah, I mean, long term, this is where gas is venting, right? So you don't want that to be but yeah, I think that would be the most memorable.
Do you have any other furnace tips or information you want to share with us?
No, I think I went through the steps pretty fast, and so we can go through the steps one more time. I'll try and do it a little slower, but
Okay.
I don't think there's anything too crazy. If you can remember those steps, then you can pretty much diagnose any issue there is. From junior tech to senior tech, those are going to be the same steps every time. And so first would be the 24-volt call to the board from your thermostat. And then sometimes what we do is we can eliminate the thermostat and we'll put a jumper wire between C and W. And that just sends that 24 volts. Sorry, not C, R. So R and W if you use a jumper wire. And then that will just send that call to the board. We know we're getting 24 volts. And then step 1 would be draft-induced motor, and then 2, pressure switch. 3 is igniter. 4 would be gas. 5 is flame proving. And then 6 would be finally the blower motor.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
So, but code 33, we best kind of scratched the surface with that. Another common code 33 issue could also be your high temperature switch. So there's a switch that goes inside your heat exchanger portion, and if the heat exchangers get too hot, that switch can activate as well. And a lot of times that is due to airflow. So lack of airflow, a dirty filter, could actually cause the high temperature switch to activate. So I would say it's a 50-50 chance if the part is actually bad. There are another 50% of the time where it could actually be something else, airflow or a bad part somewhere else.
Okay.
It's rare that the error code points directly to the problem.
It just kind of gives you a general area to look,
Correct.
basically, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, for our ender today, I'm going to pit you and Jenny against one another in some fast money questions.
Okay.
So you can't cheat off my paper
Okay.
anymore, Jenny, because I've
Okay.
got the answers too.
Okay. Wait, do I have to go? Do I have to leave or
No.
No? Okay. Okay.
So basically, just blurt out the answer whenever you have it, and whoever
Has the higher answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually keep score over here.
Okay.
So the questions.
Are they HVAC related?
Yeah.
Or what are they? No? Okay, good.
All right. Well, that's
I was going to say, this is like, he has an unfair advantage.
that's how I feel about you. If it's not HVAC related.
That's
So we're
funny.
just keeping it general, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I have to redeem myself from the ender last time, just so you know.
From the end of the last time, or last time I was
The
here.
last
or-
time you were
yeah,
here.
the last
Okay.
time you were
Yeah.
here.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Okay.
Still debatable.
Name a precious stone.
Diamond.
Okay, Jenny's got that one.
No, nothing.
I
No
totally
precious
wasn't even
stone.
thinking. I was thinking like some kind of zodiac stone. I don't know.
Okay.
Name something that a kid might take with them when they run away from home.
Candy.
Clothes.
Oh, run away. Like run away.
Yeah, like
Like
running
forever
away
run
from
away?
home.
Okay.
Candy.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll
that
give
my
Steven that
5-year-old
one.
might take candy.
Name a breed of dog that starts with the letter C.
Oh my gosh.
Guys, this is so easy.
I know, it's on the tip of my tongue
Chow.
too.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say
Chihuahua.
oh my gosh, I literally have a
Collie.
Chihuahua.
Collie is
What's
probably.
the
I was
one-
trying to think of collie.
Maybe I'm thinking like border collie. I think that's what I'm thinking of. Well, I lost that one. Especially for someone who literally has a Chihuahua. That's embarrassing.
Name something you might offer someone else, even if they didn't ask for it.
A piece of gum.
Yeah, I was gonna say candy. I gave you candy before we started.
You did. Name a place that people go which they insist is clean. Like the place has to be clean.
Bathroom.
Well, I was gonna say like New Orleans, but that's not clean, and I don't think you can convince me of that.
Name something you squeeze to get more out of it.
Toothpaste.
Yes. Oh my god, you
Oh,
did that so
man.
fast.
Yeah, I have nothing for that one. Like maybe like the ketchup bottle.
Which of the 7 dwarves can you relate to most?
Grumpy.
She won.
I was
I
checking
don't
for
know
Scott's
all of them.
reaction.
There's Grumpy. There's Dopey, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sleepy one. That might be the only 2 I know.
And there's Happy.
Happy, sleepy. I'm sleepy. Doc, and bashful.
Happy.
That's a good one. We're polar opposites though.
When Batman retires, name something that he'll probably give to Robin.
I mean, I was gonna say his car, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of all the Batman and Robin ones. Like the Val Kilmer Batman movie, Robin lost the boat, the plane everything blew up. They lost everything.
I am a really bad boy mom because I don't know like the first thing about any of the Batmans. I'm not a movie person, so yeah, I got nothing.
All right, here's the tiebreaker. You guys are tied right now.
Oh my gosh, we're
Okay,
tied.
perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Name something you might watch through binoculars.
Boats. That's
I
probably
was
not
thinking
even on
like
the
on
list.
top of Stone Mountain, you watch the things, to see the city.
Oh, okay.
But I lost. She said boats.
Wait, boats is not on the list.
I was
Is
thinking your neighbor. I'm just
Yeah,
joking.
well, that just took a turn.
Just kidding.
What was the number one answer for that question?
Wildlife.
Wildlife. Okay. Wow.
Wildlife, sports, neighbors. See?
It was on there.
Neighbors
Stars.
on there.
Stage show. I've never
Maybe
watched
I'm looking
a
at.
stage
Maybe
show.
I'm thinking like the sight glass, like pirates have. Like I feel like
I was
that's
thinking
what I was
birds.
going
My
with.
dad definitely brings binoculars to like sporting events. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I was
That's
thinking
commitment.
birds myself, actually.
Okay.
Binoculars threw me off. You said scope. That's kind of the same thing. We're hunting at that point. right?
Okay.
So-
Well, that's wildlife.
Yeah.
So there you go. You would have been on the right track.
Okay, well, Jenny wins.
Yeah.
I guess. You could say boats, but I guess that's all for today. So don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe.